The biggest question coming into the year for the Lakers was their lineup with two bigs. Could this provide enough spacing for the modern era? How will the Lakers defend the three-point line? Well, they have proven so far that their big lineup is the reason why they have dominated the playoffs so far, and today I'm going to show why Anthony Davis is the perfect counter to small ball. What makes Davis so unique is that he is a guard in a big man's body. Remember that the Brow was a 6'2 guard in high school before having an 8-inch growth spurt, and although he is excellent in the post, the Lakers make sure he can utilize his guard-like skills as well. He can beat smaller defenders off the dribble like on this drive against Jay Crowder, and the Lakers are not hesitant to use Davis as a guard coming off screens. He's not afraid to put the ball on the floor and make plays for others. He pump fakes Jeremy Grant, and when Craig comes and helps, he dishes it out to Caruso for the wide open three. This is unlike most big men, who are scared to first put the ball on the floor, and two, have the control and vision to find other teammates, and this is much harder to defend when you have someone much bigger and more powerful driving into the paint. One of the hardest things for smaller teams to guard is when AD is cutting to the basket, or specifically get to the dunker spot. Oftentimes there will be a missed shot and he cuts, or when someone else is able to penetrate successfully, drawing in too many defenders that leads to many dunks, especially against the Heat. You'll notice that Butler and Crowder are the ones guarding these spots, and they have absolutely no shot at stopping from Davis getting a dunk from penetration. Besides his guard-like play, Davis is excellent in the post, especially in isolation. Each team that the Lakers have played this postseason have all gone small, and each tried putting someone smaller on Davis, which did not work. Davis's speed and power usually makes doubling harder, and his height makes facing up against smaller guards easier, where he will bury jumper after jumper, but his presence also helps other teammates. Take a look at this play. Even though this camera angle is absolutely horrible, notice how Austin Rivers is anticipating Caruso's pass to the post and forgets KCP in the corner. This gives Caruso an open pass to the corner and he buries a three. When Davis does get doubled, he keeps the ball way above his head and is looking to find an open man instead of trying to dribble out of the double team. The attention drawn towards him will usually free up cutters around the basket and more easy points for the Lakers. But this doesn't mean his post-up game is flawless. Sometimes even when there's a mismatch, he will go to his guard-like skills and either step back or fade away into some tough jumpers, which are shots that opposing teams will love him taking. However, overall, Davis is an excellent post player, especially in isolation, and draws a lot of attention that opens up easy shots for others. The Brow is also one of the better offensive rebounders in basketball, and should be with all the mismatches he gets inside. Check out this one where he grabs the offensive rebound over Harden, has the balance to keep himself in bounds, and find Markieff Morris on the cut. This is something rather subtle, but most big men don't have the agility and balance to make this type of play. Now, you don't need to get all the offensive rebounds to be a great rebounder, but open up opportunities for others instead. Notice here how Davis gets position on Jeff Green, which means Eric Gordon needs to box out Davis, which opens up an offensive rebound for Rondo and another offensive chance. Besides that, he will punish smaller defenders like Andre Iguodala and create as much havoc as possible, which either gets him fouled or gives opportunities for others. However, you can't only be good on the offensive end to stop small ball, and Davis is one of the more unique defenders in the game because he's great on all levels. The Lakers would ideally love using him as a help defender in the paint, and like pushing out Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee to trap guards such as Damian Lillard and Jamal Murray. Davis has the instincts to know when to help and when to recover. Notice on this play how he first makes sure Murray doesn't get past Dwight, and his speed and length makes Gary Harris hesitant to shoot. Or this one, as Covington relocates to the corner, he first makes sure to contain Westbrook before sprinting to the corner to cover Covington. These types of instincts are very unique for someone as big as Davis, and makes getting good looks against the Lakers much more difficult. He has the instincts to guard the ball and the player at the same time with his 7'6" wingspan. As Jokic is posting up here, Millsap cuts backdoor, but Davis's anticipation and length helps disrupt the pass that is usually an easy 2 points for Denver. When Davis gets switched on the guards, he has a perfect balance between speed and length to affect shots on the perimeter and around the rim. Look how high Dragic has to arc this shot just to get it up, and it's way off. Or this one, where Davis gets up on Harden. Even though Harden does get past him, he has done his job of making sure he does not shoot the step back three. Besides his ability to stay in front of guards, Davis is one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. In New Orleans, he has led in blocks for 3 seasons and has never averaged less than 2 blocks per game since his rookie year. Now, blocks can be manipulated based on who the player is, such as Hassan Whiteside, who tries to stat pad with blocks, but the reason Davis is so special is again because of his ability to know when to help and when not to. This impeccable timing is important, as it prevents kickouts for threes and his presence affects many shots around the rim. Consider this one, where he doesn't even jump, and Austin Rivers misses this layup badly. He has the intimidation factor to affect all types of shots around the rim, which makes guards have to work for their layups. His ability to shrink the floor and make passes and shots difficult is what makes teams' offenses more stagnant, and thus the Lakers have the best defense in the NBA. The biggest question this offseason is if teams might try to replicate the Lakers' style of play, and that is to be determined. However, small ball will probably not be going away anytime soon, but the way Davis is playing might be the blueprint for big men today on how to be as impactful as they were in the 90s and 2000s. As we have witnessed this playoffs, the Lakers are punishing teams for going small because Davis is essentially a guard in a big man's body, which has given each opponent so much trouble. It'll be interesting to see if any team can really replicate this, but Davis is evidence that big men won't go away because he's the biggest reason why the Lakers are likely on their way to their 17th championship due to his ability to be a Swiss Army knife. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.